what's up? What's your name? Hi, I'm Freddy Krueger. You can call me Freddy, though. Take his hand. Don't worry, my non-glove isn't on, see? See? See, look.
Alright, if you were a stupid child, probably for YouTube's first decade or so, then you probably had a phase where you watched a bunch of prank videos. Because when a lot of people first discovered the then niche of the revolutionary invention of a public video sharing website, well, a lot of punks' first instinct was, man, how could I make my friends look like the biggest asshole as possible? Even if a lot of it was fake, they did get high view counts. Like, come on, man, nobody accidentally shoves a remote up their ass. But it has 115 million views. So, what do you know? Once YouTube was infested with monetary incentives, we kinda got this stuff up the ass. But its lack of authenticity didn't matter because the majority of the viewers were stupid children that didn't know any better or didn't care. Or at least I hope stupid children. Now, of course, stuff like America's Funniest Home Videos existed prior, but that had like some quality control. It was a show on television with Bob Saget. Nobody's getting lit on fire, fire, fire. This is not the lawless early internet. This is a Bob Saget show, for fuck's sake. So, quote, prank videos could range anywhere from, like, teasing to borderline attempted murder. And there's one channel in particular that may have just been responsible for fading the genre out of the mainstream. Daddyofive, and, well, you read the fucking title of the video. Hell, you probably didn't even click on this to learn who these people are. The death of this channel truly exposed the potential severity of a genre. I mean, like, it didn't kill it, but, it's one of the big ones back in the day that ain't around no more, for good reason.
Dude, listen, I just got the coolest video.
Say, look at this. I've been cleaning out my nest, and I found an old book of my poetry.
Well, I just got it, man. Dude, you gotta check this out. It's called Uncensored, Not Made for TV, America's Funniest Home Faces a Tragedy.
Daddyofive was a channel that drew the line between family vlogging and prank videos, aka one of the laziest genres combined with one of the fakest genres. Because, you know, it doesn't take that much effort to just recording your kid doing dumb shit for the whole wide world, including pedophiles to see. And people like looking at cute kids, pedophiles or not. Hell, it could even be used as a sense of escapism. All of yours died, she never got wifed up, well, you can just watch it on the TV. Don't forget families doing expensive shit you can't afford. Escapism is crucial to lazy content featuring people who have a fuckload of money doing expensive shit. Yes, JoJo Siwa, who is definitely a lesbian, we need to see the inside of your house and your fucking car and your fucking toilet with your fucking face plastered all over it. Oh shit, they installed microwave ovens that have custom kitchen deliveries and movies? Hell yeah, give me some of that shit! But Daddyofive was cited as a product of a father thinking his family's life would make an awesome movie. So this YouTube channel essentially served as a substitute for that. To call Daddyofive the Jackson 5 of YouTube isn't a stretch beyond the similarity of 5 young sibling members. But at least the Jackson 5 is renowned. You know, Joe Jackson might have had evil in his heart, but he had magic in his balls. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Except it wasn't parents and children making homemade movies. It was just the parents with clearly no creative incentive from their imaginative children. If the kids had any creative incentive, it would be complete incomprehensible crap. Now, as the username suggests, Mike the father and Heather the mother had a total of 5 children. Jake, Emma, Ryan, Cody, and Alex. And if you think I'm the pervert for reciting some random dude's kids on the internet, well, he's the person that put them there to begin with.
My fault! I admit, it's my fault! I want everything about my house off the internet! I'll send in detectives, I'll send in police, I'll send in everything in my power!
Heather was the stepmother to Emma and Cody from Mike's previous relationship with ex-girlfriend Sue Rose Hall. And speaking of Emma and Cody, those are the two kids' names you can likely remember. And as I said, it drew the line between family vlogging and pranking. And from what we can infer, it actually started primarily in the family vlogging department with Mike as the focus. It also had a Let's Play channel that has mostly been lost to time, probably because it wasn't even successful at the height of the brand success. There's also some Vine content which has been lost to time, just like a lot of random Vines, with one exception, of course.
Like a good neighbor, shut the flip up!
In the infancy of the channel, it was mostly just Mike by himself for the majority of the video. The fact he was a father was kind of relevant to his responsibilities he was recording, but his 5 children weren't the stars. At this point, Daddyofive actually had some meaning, but of course it would turn into Family 07. When Mike was the focus, he'd like say goodbye to the kids when leaving the house to complete the main objective of what's being recorded or whatever. You know, maybe have a couple bits of commentary from one of them at the end or somewhere in the middle, etc. Or hell, maybe they're not even in the videos at all, which they never should have to begin with. It should have stayed at just dad grilling or standard dad shit, you know, propane and propane accessories. Mike was the focus, but whether Mike realized the monetary potential of his children getting a larger focus or people actually wanted to see his kids more, I don't know. But regardless, it progressively became less about the dad, even if he was the cameraman a lot of the time. What I believe is the first ever prank, or at least the oldest surviving one, is 8-year-old kid gets waterboarded. Oh, sorry, all of these videos were spelled in all caps for dramatic clickbait effect because it's the early to mid 2010s. So the actual title is 8-year-old kid gets waterboarded. Oh, also due to this channel's relic nature, I'm gonna have to be very vague about dates. Most of those like ultra specifics haven't survived. So don't blame me if I put the timeline together wrong if you care for some reason. So 8-year-old kid gets waterboarded might not be the earliest surviving prank, but it is definitely an early episode and a useful time capsule for the infancy of the channel. Waterboarding refers to the action of torture involving water, which is forbidden in the United States under the 8th Amendment, so obviously it's not something you'd want to document yourself doing on camera, so obviously no, an 8-year-old does not get physically tortured to death with water. Maybe I'm misinterpreting slang, but Urban Dictionary says it has to do something with squirting. I don't know, maybe it's different in Maryland, I've never lived there, but on the basic presence of injury, it's clickbait and misguided either way. The actual prank is Mike talking to Cody that if he can get 1 million views, he can get a PS4, and he gets called a dork once.
And how many views are you gonna get?
1 million.
You're gonna get 1 million views? You get 1 million views, and I'll buy you...
A PS4?
I'll get you a PlayStation 4 if you get 1 million views. You're a dork.
Okay, so one of, if not the first prank in the channel's history is just a conversation between, like, an 8-year-old who can't fully get a grip of what his father is baiting him into. Okay, here's another early, I think, surviving one. Airsoft prank on dad gone wrong! Airsoft guns, better known as BB guns, are still qualified as firearms despite not shooting bullets. They shoot BBs, obviously, aka ball-bearing plastic. Airsofts are basically adult Nerf guns. If you want to shoot at shit with your friend without the risk of killing your best friend or a lawyer, then, yeah, get yourself an airsoft. They might bruise you when you're facing off against each other, because, you know, they're shooting plastic at you at quick succession. So, they're not fatal, but they're not really toys for children either. That's why we have Nerf guns. This gun prank is roughly 18 minutes, and only the last 4 minutes actually involve airsoft pranking. The rest is just a standard family vlog. So it's actually just a bunch of random household shenanigans and eating at Buffalo Wild Wings. But there are some instances of Mike being more aggressive on camera.
Your dirty ass needs to start flushing the damn toilet, Alex. That's disgusting. It's not hard to take 1 second and push a lever down.
Yes, sir.
I'm making Emma and Cody go to hell to bed.
And oh baby, it's time for the actual airsoft prank, like 14 minutes later.
Dad, I'm gonna get you back for shooting me. Remember when you shot? Got a battery in it and everything. I got babies in here too.
And Alex, with a big-ass airsoft gun, he starts pointing it at his father and 2 dogs. Now, obviously, there's a big-ass orange tip on the end, so you can tell it's a fake gun in about 4 seconds. It's a fake gun for a fake skit. But then Mike starts, like, tickling Alex, even though he's, like, 10. I think he's a little old for that. And you can hear the trigger of the airsoft going off, but none of the BBs are actually visible, so nobody's even getting shot with the BBs. Okay, very unorthodox, but nobody's getting emotionally or physically hurt. Alex would notably become involved in staged pranks involving violence with his father. Who could forget the Certified Hood classic, Alex hits his dad in the nuts, or sorry, Alex hits his dad in the nuts! For what I could get my hands on, this was definitely a turning point for domestic violence in the channel, featuring plenty of children fighting each other, the violence the camera is clearly encouraging. Alex was kind of the cash cow of the infancy of the channel because I guess he was the rowdiest boy willing to be violent on camera if that meant appeasing his father. Emma, the girl, is noticeably angry most of the time.
And what's that? Hey, Cody, shut up!
Jake, stop it.
She went down.
That's what you get. Stop.
As for clickbait on this video, a proper nut shot is not even visible. They hardly even stage a testicle injury. And as somebody who used to watch nut shot videos when I was like 8, there was no reason to watch this over nut shot legend Nasty the Horse. And I know that sounds bad, but nut shots are videos of men hurting themselves with testicle injuries that are strategically as painful as possible. I mean, like, I guess they count as prank videos since they're specifically putting themselves under physical injury. They're the Joker. Alex hits his dad in the nuts at least lives up to the violent title, because so much of it is encouraging 5 children to hurt each other for internet clout. And yeah, clearly there's a difference between a stupid father-son nostalgia critic ass skit and enforcing sibling quarrels for the camera. Mike is almost always shouting because he doesn't want to restrain his child because he's too busy holding the camera, so extra chaos ensues. And extra chaos equals extra ad revenue. Sometimes Heather does something and like does a little bit of tickling, but she's just standing there most of the time, and not just this one, but like most of them. Sometimes she'll be the camera woman, but she's a fucking background character. Even though she is the mother and is not concerned over the physical safety of her children because she understood the potential viability of family vlogging. She knows what the fuck her husband's doing. She believes in him. She wants that juicy handbag from the Burlington Coat Factory. And of course, Cody is drinking Gatorade throughout, meaning that these kids are probably being fed nothing but sugar so they can be extra hyper diaper on camera. And I have never seen any of these kids eat anything healthy on camera, by the way. And what do you know, all these cute family moments mixed in with epic pranks sold like hotcakes. But Daddy wanted more than 05 cents in his bank account, so he turned into family of 7, abuse each other for 20 minutes each, every day. And I'm not gonna act like they were filthy rich prior, but it seems like they had 2 steady incomes and child support from Mike's ex-girlfriend. In spite of 5 expensive humans, I'm pretty goddamn sure they had enough and earned enough as parents. You know, a large household, but not luxurious, but enough. But these vlogs are not hustling in the struggle. This is risking your own child privacy, mental and physical health for extra income you clearly don't need. This is taking desperate measures without desperate times. This is fucking greedy. It is also worth noting that there were like fan mail vlogs on occasion, which highlights the fact that people were willing to give the kids stuff. Mainly like Pokemon cards. I guess they were really into Pokemon, and you know, opening Pokemon cards videos are pretty viable if you can't afford a new pack of Pokemon cards. Here, Cody, you can have my Earth Energy card, faggot. There wasn't like a ton of gifts, but like most of the letters were from kids, not parents who enjoyed the relatability or adults who never got to have a family, but fellow kids fucking outright clarifying their age. Fellow kids probably not much older than the superstars of the channel. So yeah, the kids could get some positive attention, but the very possibility of negative attention made this slight positive completely obscured. Like, these kids go to school and, you know, there's so much shit they could get their ass beat at school over. It's on the internet and monetized. Oh, you cried like a bitch in front of your own dad and you're related to a ginger? I'm gonna fucking knock you in the head with this razor scooter handle, punk. Here, Cody, let me bust some of your fucking baby teeth on the concrete since you're such a fucking baby, because I can see it on your fucking dad's YouTube channel with hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Dude, their mom is in the videos. You don't want anybody to know what their mom looks like at that age. Although I am very biased with that claim because I was in elementary school during the prime of 100 Yo Mama jokes. Can you watch them all?
The Xbox Lord!
As well as your favorite Martian, which features the lead singer of, get this, Doing Your Mom.
Doing Yo Mom? Doing Yo Mom. That's just insulting.
If you want to see your classmate get punished on camera, then reality TV and family vlogs, it's where it's at. And if it's a fictional character, then you got the Go Animate community. I still haven't forgiven Timmy Turner for pooping on the screen while SpongeBob and his friends were watching the Lego movie. Daddyofive was kinda like reality TV show Super Nanny, but without the nanny, and it's one family for the entire show as opposed to a different crooked family for each episode. Super Nanny is a reality show oriented around enforcing discipline according to a professional nanny who has a bachelor in fine arts and not a child psychology degree. Because when I think parenting advice, I think fine arts. Now, I don't think a piece of paper proves anybody's proficiency at a skill, but something tells me her bachelor in fine arts was more crucial to her parenting show than her alleged nannying background. With the prime of prank videos and family vlogs, there was definitely a resurgence with like parenting-oriented reality shows, like Super Nanny and its emo cousin, World's Strictest Parents, which often involved children and teens disobeying on camera, which, you know, was kind of close enough to family vlogging. It involves disobeying or a family, and there was some suspect shit in these video titles and thumbnails. Like, kids eat nothing but junk, and the kid is munching on a hot dog very close to his mouth. And, you know, I get it, kids are gross, but you don't gotta put their whole fucking life at the time on the man-made horror of the internet and mainstream media. Yeah, I guess this video clip is technically true because in this scenario, the mom is dead and the single father is a real man and he don't know how to cook. So the kids eat nothing but like Walmart pancakes and corn dogs. But any chance they get to twist a scenario to make it pedophilic, oh, you bet they're gonna. How to not use the naughty room and the kid has his shirt off. How to not implement discipline at dinner and the kid is licking a foot long. Child refuses to wear underwear. No revealing clothes in this Mormon family. Stacy is attracted to hot American brothers. 2 hours of the best episodes with a girl's ass in the thumbnail. House party gone wild. And I swear Super Nanny and Friends was relevant because these types of media was not cautious over the privacy of minors. And Daddyofive sure as shit helped to create a resurgence in viewership for parenting-oriented reality shows. Or at least that's the way I remember it. And as somebody who watched, like, Super Nanny highlight clips, like, obsessively in 2014-ish, you bet your ass I geared towards Daddyofive. In fact, I can still remember the first video I ever saw from Daddyofive, and that was a magnificent and hilarious discovery to me. And that introduction was Cody steals Emma's lotion, or sorry, Cody steals... The plot of this episode, or I guess scheme on camera, is that Cody is accused of leaving toothpaste in the sink and trashing his room, and Mike is the cop circa the Reagan administration and plants the lotion and toothpaste and mess in the bathroom.
You're over there playing. You're over there playing. You write sentences for lying.
And Mike starts losing it. And to prove that Cody brushed his teeth and left toothpaste in the sink, he has to smell his hands. And his hands smell like lotion, and Emma is the only child with lotion because girls like lotion, am I right? Yeah, because teenage boys, no, they definitely don't have lotion. But it turns out Cody didn't leave toothpaste in the sink, but he's still in trouble because he stole Emma's lotion. Now, let's say hypothetically, Cody actually left toothpaste in the sink. Like, it's fucking toothpaste. Just dampen a paper towel and crease it off. That can be fixed in 5 seconds. Hell, it could even be a learning opportunity for Cody.
You're taking the focus off of what you did wrong and putting it on something else like you always do.
In what context, stage or not, is this type of reaction necessary? Usually in this type of video, it's the kid giving staged reactions. Another channel of this kind of YouTube niche I watched back in the day was Violet First, which featured plenty of sketches of Violet's son, William, spazzing out. And if you don't know the name of this channel, you probably recognize the video William throws temper tantrum because he has to do his homework.
Why?
Because it says homework.
It's 9:33.
That's because you were off. School was closed today from snow, and you had all day to do this.
It's 9:33, Mom. I just want to get to bed.
You need to do your homework.
No.
This is yes. I'm sending this to your school.
Okay, Mom. Just delete it, okay?
Nope.
Released in January of 2011, currently sitting at 6.8 million views. And I personally have a hard time remembering the actual name of this channel. I just know it by Violet's catchphrase, William!
William! William!
What the hell's your problem right now?
William!
There was a disclaimer in the bio to state that it was fake, when it was very obviously fake. Hell, the channel actually started with casual family vlogging and not just dumb skits. The channel was active until like 2018 and makes occasional comebacks as recent as 3 months ago as of writing. So I guess they do it when William is in town visiting his mother for old time's sake.
Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up! You sound like a crow or something. Get up! Get away!
Were these skits the most cautious of a child's privacy? No, not really, but they're hammy and otherwise harmless regardless. William clearly wasn't being forced to do these. The family, mainly William and Violet, you know, we're just having a fun time, and William really gave it all in terms of his performance. Yeah, like, people thought the homework tantrum was real, but unlike Violet First and Daddyofive videos, the kids' reactions are real, and the parents created the events to elicit dramatic reactions. Instead of the eldest son, it's the parents being hot lass villains. From what I could get my hands on, there's at least 300 episodes of yelling at children, destroying children's property, getting children to fight each other. LS Mark, I expect ranking every Daddyofive video ever by next week, or I'm gonna knock you in the head with a razor scooter, you fucking ginger. Any common format you can think of a prank video for the era, they did it. Smashing Xboxes, scary clowns, firearms, piss, shit, taking candy, fake iPhones, swearing, booze, silly string, condoms, yucky food, eggs, shower interruptions, natural disaster warnings, reenacting the purge. They hopped on every prank trend I can remember.
You need to have a talk with him.
No.
Before he gets AIDS or something.
Security card.
No.
Some of the more notable pranks include Tablet Destruction Prank, where Cody is shelved into a bookshelf by his father.
So hit him with a chair. How do you know what he's doing? You don't even see what he's doing.
Here, take a beat.
It is not even one where you make the account and all that.
Look, it's mine now.
Cody, really? Hey! Stop it! No, you're not.
Get out of the way!
Stop it! You don't rush into me!
And is later seen bleeding on his pillow.
Who bought the tablet for you? I did. He can vacuum this up. We gotta get all your little...
Why'd you even let him break it? Oh!
Because he was supposed to fix it. He was supposed to get it started. I don't know how to do that. I don't even know how to get the computer working. I mean, really?
Ryan, huh?
Now, yes, it could be staged as a purposeful injury, but it is suspicious nonetheless. There's no stunt double or dummy. Another notable one is Alex slapped Emma. Here, the family is doing a water bottle flipping challenge because it's like 2014-15-ish. You know, you're gonna get whacked in the head with a razor scooter if you're not flipping water bottles like a gangsta. And if you don't remember, this was a social media challenge where the goal was to do this. That was a fad I was all in on. But of course, it's also a dumbass challenge video, so YouTubers tried to put their own spin on it. Daddyofive's spin on the challenge was that if you didn't land the water bottle, then you get smacked in the face.
You guys explain what you're gonna do.
So, I don't even know what we're doing.
Okay, alright, I'll say it. We're gonna play bottle flip slap. Okay, that's what we're gonna call it. Now you gotta flip the bottle and land it. Now, if it lands, you're safe. Now, if it don't land, the other person gets to slap you in the face.
Wait, what?
There is not a clear example of encouraging children to hurt each other for views. It's 40 minutes long, and 20 minutes of it is like, are you gonna smack your sibling in the face? Give me a hell yeah. Cody would easily overthrow Alex as the cash cow of the channel because he was the easiest kid to elicit a reaction from. Alex's willingness to be the rowdiest boy didn't matter anymore when most of the violence switched from verbal abuse to the parents. Yeah, you know, he probably enjoyed doing dumbass nostalgia critic skits. That's not for everyone. Alex was the William of the household. According to Wattpad threads, Cody was diagnosed with oppositional defiant disorder. Now, I don't know if this is provable, but maybe this leaked at some point. But regardless, privacy was a concept completely off the table in this household, and stuff regarding his health may have been revealed at some point. I don't know how true the claims are of Cody having ODD. Hell, it could have been speculation that got lost in translation. But regardless, Cody was a punching bag and subsequently a cash cow because he was the easiest to elicit a reaction from because of a behavioral disorder, allegedly. Remember how, like, back in the day, Super Mario Logan was getting a ton of shit for, like, overusing characters? Yeah, this was essentially the same thing, except this was an actual child and not a plush toy. Now, if you watched this channel back in the day, the prime of the channel was the pure violence era, whenever that started. And once it hits the pure violence era, they become painful to watch out of the father's own stupidity and the children's emotional pain. And hell, it's not surprising that Cody might have had a behavioral disorder, whether it was induced by genetics or a mental consequence of Heather and Mike's parenting choices. But if you're like below the age of 11 and can't see that it's fake on the parents' end and real on the children's reaction end, then this shit is hilarious. I was laughing my ass off at Cody steals Emma's lotion. And of course, like anything popular in the era, it was subject to many YouTube poops.
Listen up. Here we go. I'm the new kid, moving in, getting it done, and I'm officially the
If you don't know what YouTube poops are, you're not old enough to be watching my channel. And yeah, YouTube poops were definitely a late 2000s and early 2010s thing more than a mid 2010s thing, but that doesn't mean they were still popular in the mid 2010s-ish. Hell, they were kind of replaced by MLG edits, which are kind of the same thing, but aren't technically YouTube poops because I don't see the letters YTP before MLG, but they were definitely a spiritual successor. YouTube poops aren't a dead genre by any means, but they were way more mainstream back then, and they were kind of niche when Daddyofive was in its prime, but regardless, Cody got plenty of YouTube poops. So thanks to the power of shit posting, these kids were now seen more like idiots than ever. The majority of the YouTube poops use out-of-context clips of the household violence, but the fact that there were so many clips of violence to manipulate for memes is a testament to how much of the violence was both caught and incentivized by the camera. But that doesn't mean they couldn't profit off merchandise too. Thankfully not featuring the children's faces and just having logo swag.
Daddyofive gaming shirt!
But thankfully, the Go Animate community was here to save the day, as they are experts on when to ground a child for 8765309 years to see if Mike's punishments were worthy or not.
Daddyofive, or should I say, Demon0666, this father and his channel sucks major soccer balls, and this is the most sinful, goofy and disgraceful thing on the planet. If anyone likes this father, I can handle your opinion. But if you bash my opinion, then you'll be punished. This user likes to make abusive prank videos. Most of his videos involve him torturing Cody. In one video, he broke his DS in half, and he destroyed his DS, Xbox, and tablet. All of this is property destruction, which can get you arrested.
Yeah, most of these are only available through re-uploads, but in the world of users, Daddyofive was bad news. By far, the most controversial Daddyofive video of all time was Invisible Ink Prank Epic Freakout! And not because of the extreme nature of the prank, but because of Cody's specific reaction to it.
What the hell is that? What the hell is that?
What is this?
Cody!
Tell me!
I didn't do that!
You tell me what you did!
I swear to God, I didn't do that!
Cody!
Hey, go over your carpet!
I didn't do that! I don't have anything to color with it!
Why did you do that?
You ruined the carpet! Get out of here! Mind your
I didn't
business!
do that! Mom and Dad, I didn't
Oh
do
my
it!
God!
He might not get smacked in the face, but the reaction was incredibly eyebrow-raising. But as for the prank, Heather scatters some Uno cards and spills the invisible ink everywhere. So you wouldn't expect it to be worse than any of like the airsoft pranks, but the whole video is just Mike and Heather screaming at Cody. Cody is very noticeably red very quickly, which also escalates into Alex being declared guilty by association because I guess the Uno cards confirm that more than one player left a mess on the carpet.
Fuck it up here too!
No!
You did it too! You both did it! You both did this!
No, stop!
You're both writing 1,000 sentences! And you are gonna lose your allowance and everything!
We didn't do this!
Yes, you did!
Stop!
Yes, you did! Yes, you did! Yes, you did! Yes, they did. They did it.
We didn't
No
do
good.
this! I don't have anything to do this with!
Make sure it doesn't stop recording. You two did this.
No,
You know damn well you did it. You were playing Uno and got aching. Where's the pen?
We don't have a pen!
Where is the pen?
We don't have a pen!
You better give me that damn pen now.
We don't have
You better give me the pen
We don't
now.
have a pen! We don't
There it is.
Oh my God! There's a...
There it is.
That's the
You
pen!
did this.
That's the pen!
You did this.
That's the pen! Jake was using the
No,
right
it's not. He just picked it up off the floor.
I need to have a pen! I don't have a
Do
pen!
you know how much that's going to cost to
I
clean?
need to have a pen! That's not
Do you
mine!
know how much it's going to cost to clean?
I didn't do
You're not
that!
getting no allowance, and you're not
I
getting no
didn't do
allowance.
that!
I'm gonna
do that!
have to sell all your Pokemon stuff.
I didn't do that!
I'm selling it.
No, that's not my pen! I didn't do that!
We gotta sell all your Pokemon cards. We're gonna sell your Xbox, the video games.
That's not my pen! No! Because we all tried to play me out!
You did it!
Stop
You
trying to play me!
did it!
My pen! We did it!
And, you know, Alex used to be the cash cow, so he's in trouble too. It is apparent that both children are severely frightened instantly.
Yeah. You just got owned. It's just a prank, bruh.
Mike also repeatedly uses the phrase, "It's just a prank, bro," and other similar variations. "It's just a prank, bro" is a satirical phrase coined by the legend Filthy Frank. If you don't know who that is, then you're not old enough to be watching my channel or are too old to be watching my channel. But he was an exaggerative character played by George Karanoki Miller, stage name Joji. Filthy Frank would often critique and satirize common YouTube trends of his era, and hell, he even started the Harlem Shake trend. Unlike other edgy comedians of the era, he is genuinely beloved today, unlike, say, iDubbbz or Leafy is Here, who have controversial reputations today despite saying a lot of the same no-no words. So even if you don't know who he is, if you watched YouTube in the early to mid-2010s, you most likely unintentionally recognize his impact, whether it be from memes, coined terminologies, or created trends. In 2015, Frank would drop "It's Just a Prank, Bro" featuring Ethan Klein and JonTron, being one of the first big hit pieces on prank videos from a name acclaimed for satirical content. The title and main running joke of "It's Just a Prank, Bro" was believed to be inspired by prank YouTuber Dennis CTV's video "Selling Marijuana in the Hood" prank. And according to Know Your Meme, the video has since been removed and is presumably lost media. But in the Hood prank, Dennis allegedly defends his actions by repeatedly claiming that it was just a prank. I imagine the video might have gotten removed because of the inevitable harassment as a parody inspiration. Frank's exaggerative paraphrasing would become a staple for further criticism of prank content and a running gag in Frank's future videos.
Bro, you want some?
No.
Yeah. Oh. It's just a prank, bro.
You just got owned. It's just a prank, bruh.
So the fact that Mike began to use a phrase targeted at channels like him just shows that he probably wasn't aware or just didn't care about the severity of repeatedly pranking children on camera. Like, bro, he's dunking on you.
You guys got pranked hard.
They did.
Hard. They were done.
Mom is the best.
They were done.
I was about to flip out and start breaking things.
They were done.
I don't care what it would have done. I didn't do it. And you guys can't blame me out to do Uno.
Can I have my pen?
I don't want to go in your room and squirt this everywhere.
It's empty.
I don't know.
You want to do an outro?
Sure.
I'll do it.
Do the outro.
Thank you guys for watching this video. If you like this video and want to see more videos like this one, leave a comment down in the section below. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and all
No, not Snapchat and all that.
No Snapchat. And don't forget to like and subscribe to Daddyofive,
Daddyofive,
and Daddyofive Gaming.
This invisible ink prank was the straw that broke the camel's little back. At this point, Daddyofive had close to 1 million subscribers, but never really got any attention outside of, like, dumbass 11-year-olds like myself, Reddit, GoAnimate. Nobody on, like, the level of credibility to teens and adults of the mid-2010s era of YouTube.
Cody is doing his punishment right and ha 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 ha.
Nobody really prior had gone after this channel.
Why are you mad, Mom and Dad?
Because a freaking Ryan was complaining about that I was going to leave the doors open.
Ryan is a loser. Ha 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 ha.
Shut up, Jake.
But the reaction of the invisible ink prank victims was deemed so severe that it managed to get the public attention outside of the viewer base and the standard critics like GoAnimate and Reddit, etc., which would issue Mike to release a response to the invisible ink prank, titled Blocking Out the Haters, rounding up the whole family and addressing the fraudulent nature of the video in an attempt to limit concern from the general public.
Prank was done on Alex and Cody.
It was supposed to be on Cody, but I said something. You guys got us good, and it dragged onto me. And
was anybody traumatized?
No. Well, I don't even know what that word means. But yes, no, I was, Mom. Yes. I was. No, I wasn't.
Are you guys okay?
Yeah.
Are you upset?
No.
It's just a prank.
It was just a prank.
But this video failed to disprove how these videos couldn't have consequences on their child's lives, whether mental, physical, or social. On top of the fact that these kids were used for monetizing for the camera. Sometime after, there would be a second follow-up response through the form of individual interviews with Mike and Heather. Although Alex does not participate in the interview for whatever reason. I guess he wasn't comfortable with doing it. So the fact that there are interviews by a parent or guardian and not an authority suggest a bias in questioning the persuasion to appease the parent with each question. Throughout the interviews, a barely clothed Cody states that his performances are staged, and Cody is even encouraged not to speak on the issue, highlighting the possibility of how this might affect him in an academic environment. Cody also applauds his father for producing and monetizing videos for his family, and the rest of the kids besides Alex all make similar statements repeating defenses of themselves and their parents.
You should, but this is for us to get out of, okay? This is for us to prove to everyone that we're not, okay?
But you guys shouldn't have to. We already said we're fake.
But people don't listen.
They don't believe that you're an actor. They don't believe that you are acting.
Didn't we make a video where we showed them that we were?
No, we don't.
Well, we do have some stuff, but we don't have everything that we would need. I mean, we have some stuff, but
when you see the camera, listen.
Yeah, when I see the camera, I know I need to like start something and start being like crazy and stupid or something. I know I need to start acting up.
Well, maybe we can.
I mean,
but
you all
in a
those
different
haters
way.
should appreciate the work my dad goes through. He doesn't get to have any fun. You don't even know what he goes through. He has to sit in front of a computer screen all day.
He does.
He doesn't even get to play his Nintendo Switch or PlayStation or Xbox or any of that all the time. Every day, all the time, he's sitting at a computer constantly, publishing and uploading and editing videos.
Hey, remember when we made that invisible ink?
You guys should appreciate.
Remember when we made that invisible ink prank?
Exactly.
Remember what we recorded right after that one?
The extra emphasis on monetization from the kids' mouths are concerning. You know, Cody, we can make more money off a video if you're in it. We can get you more Pokemon cards since we have more disposable income for more ad revenue. Mike was, no doubt, putting a fraction of his increased paycheck towards his children's wants, as well as the needs, but especially the wants. Now, I don't think owning some collectibles equals being filthy rich. And yeah, this family wasn't filthy rich by any means, but there's lots of instances of the family just buying expensive shit. Mike's entire, office, which was a reoccurring location in the videos where he presumably edited the videos, if you could call them editing, is filled with a ton of toys and games and shit. The interview vocabulary didn't help the potential of the videos being scripted. Okay, Alex, you have to pretend to kick me in the nuts, that's your role. That's what the kids are used for.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
We do our sentences, but that's not abuse.
At least you're not beating us like most parents.
Exactly. Thank you.
There was a guy that just ran over his daughter.
What?
And
It was an accident.
Yeah, and people are worried about me.
The fact that physical abuse is mentioned implies that they're not being taught the concept of verbal abuse, also disregarding the amount of encouraged physical violence for the camera. Emma, don't spoil that the lotion is in your room, etc. You know, and a lot of the time, children don't have the mental capacity to draw a line of child abuse while they're still children. You know, kids aren't smart enough to debunk dad tax, you know, that's why dad tax exists in the first place. The kids couldn't see the potential of exploitation and abuse. So imagine being 8 years old trying to draw the line between goofing off on camera and being abused for profit, and on a counter statement intending to debunk the allegations of criminal behavior. So with the family being more well known outside of their viewer base and standard social media detractors, grounded, it got the attention of one man.
Uh-oh, retard alert! Retard alert, class!
What is up, Trouble Alert Nation? I'm your host, Killer Keemstar. Let's...
Killer Keemstar is kind of like the Alex Jones of YouTube. Like, yeah, he's fucking crazy, and that's bad, but he's also fucking crazy, so that's good.
I'm on Blog TV with my fucking hands up. I'm not starting my fucking self. You fucking stupid bitch! This stupid fucking justice, all fucking righteous fucking nigga!
Raping 9-year-old girls at devil orgies and raping 5-year-old boys and devil worshipping and necrophilia and hanging out with the royal family.
Alex is doing this shit! You fucking nigga!
Ripping children's heads off, stabbing.
Yo, everybody type in the chat, Alex is a stupid nigga.
Dressed up like a werewolf, raping and killing children. And I bring this up because this is what all elites end up doing. Raping and killing children dressed up like a werewolf.
Just type in the chat, Alex is a stupid nigga.
And yeah, Keemstar is a bald retard. I'm not applauding him. I'm surprised I've gone this long without mentioning him ever, I'm pretty goddamn sure. But you also can't discredit Keem on some instances where he's reasonably helped to destroy platforms of victims he's given the platform to.
Thousands and thousands of people are demanding that this YouTube channel of this family known as Daddyofive gets removed off of YouTube for child abuse, and that the family gets investigated by CPS and, you know, the children get pulled out of the home. I wanted to avoid this story, but this family is receiving so much hate, and I'm kind of up in the middle. Like, I don't know really 100% if the family's doing wrong or if the family's just a normal fucked up family. Because of my childhood. So everyone has been talking about this family. No one has talked to this family, so I decided to interview them. Here is the interview with Daddyofive.
What got Keem's attention in particular was the series of events regarding a Disney vacation and the response to an invisible ink prank.
We have goofy videos where we're all just doing skits and joking around with each other and playing. We have vlogs where we go out places and we're having fun, like when we go to the mall, and it's not all pranks.
No, and it's definitely not all pick on Cody. And the other kids get pranked as well, and
it's not all pranks.
No, it's not. We vlog, we take the kids fun places and record them having, it's like we record them having a good time, record our family.
A lot of people feel like Cody is being bullied in the family by everyone, by the parents, by the kids. Would you be willing to make some type of peace with these people on the internet and take Cody to Disneyland? Because a lot of people are upset and feel like he got cheated.
I guess we could call this alleged Disney vacation a story arc of sorts. In likely around February 2017, a vlog titled "Cody Ruins a Giant Family Surprise" released, consisting of just arguing with Cody for about 10 minutes and then going to Longhorn Steakhouse and then revealing a Disney World surprise in the parking lot.
Surprise, we are all going to Disney World. Disneyland, Disney, one of the Disney World. Disney World. Let's go to Disney World.
Dad's recording it. That's why you were making.
You're probably not going.
Yeah, if you don't behave, if you're probably not going. Right now, on your behavior, you're not going. So you really need to get your behavior going good. Understand? Shaping up. Start behaving.
That we have has 7 bedrooms.
Everybody gangsta till you're watching Daddyofive and they're mean to Cody. The Disney World surprise has an extra emphasis on Cody doesn't get to go. And of course, there's more arguing with Cody being distressed over why he doesn't get to go to Disney, which would also follow in a video titled Getting Ready for Disney, which also features arguing.
Okay. Bye, girl.
She's sad.
The girls are leaving. Cody's going to Nan's because Cody was bad and didn't earn going to Disney, which sucks.
Set up very strong. Done.
No, it's not funny at all because you shouldn't be going either with half the shit you did. So don't even act like that. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's not.
As well as a scene of Heather filming Mike discussing if Cody should be allowed to go to Disney or not.
Because he's not going.
Whose fault's that?
It's his fault, but I'm still pissed off about it, babe.
So be pissed off at him?
No, I wanted to take him.
Okay, well, I don't want to take him. I love the boy, but I don't want to take him because he's bad at shit and he's going to make everyone miserable the whole time. He put poop everywhere. Several times. Poop.
Yeah. But I'm gonna miss him. I don't want him to be there.
Everyone is going to miss, well, not everyone, but I'm going to miss him too.
Got them jerks in there. They're not gonna care.
Don't start your crap.
I'm not. I'm just saying. I wish that he was gone.
Me too. I wish he would behave himself and act like a normal child. Normal kids have bad behaviors. Cody has something else.
Mike acts like he wants to take Cody, but is very conflicted with Heather insisting that he shouldn't. Now, it's possible that this was staged, but remember, Heather is not Cody's mother, so it's very much possible Heather was pulling strings to encourage Cody harassment. It is commonly theorized that Heather despised her husband's 2 previous children despite marrying him, and I guess Mike wanted to appease his wife. And yeah, the segment is probably staged, but regardless, it's a possible product of Heather hating Mike's children as a guardian and stepmother. And then everyone but Cody goes to Boardwalk Fries and Burgers because these kids eat nothing but shit. Like, weren't you just at fucking Buffalo Wild Wings like 2 days ago? There isn't much documentation of this Disney trip. You figured the vacation would be heavily capitalized on, but to my knowledge, there wasn't like a proper Disneyland vlog series or anything you'd expect like that. Like another problematic family brand, the Daughterly Dozen, maybe we'll get to them someday. You know, the mom will be like, we're going to fucking Myrtle Beach or whatever. Let's go. And then, of course, she's doxing herself with her 12 kids in public. Like, shouldn't you wait to reveal that you'll be in a very identifiable Disneyland location, like, after you've already left? But regardless, this exclusion was extensively portrayed in vlogs, and it was one of the things that got Daddyofive a spotlight on Drama Alert to begin with. Keem was particularly concerned over the statement over Cody put poop on the wall.
Philip DeFranco came out with a video today talking about Cody not going to Disneyland. And he said, apparently the reason why he wasn't going is because he, put feces everywhere or something like that. I don't know exactly what it was. And if you guys don't want to share, that's fine. But he said that he talked to mental health experts and they said, this could be a sign of trauma. What do you say to that? Why do you think Cody did this?
That is just that's one of those things right there that I kept private and didn't want to tell everybody because Cody was embarrassed, but I feel like I have to say it now. Cody, if you watch the video, there is no feces on the wall. What happened was the toilet overflowed. Like, I mean, it happens with 5 kids in the house.
Right.
I mean, it happens. The toilet overflowed. So I said that instead of saying the real issue why he didn't go to Disneyland, which he was really embarrassed about, and he doesn't want anyone to know.
He put poop everywhere. Several times.
Now, I'm no psychologist. Super Nanny isn't one either, so why should I be? But the fascination with feces is often a sign of deep mental illness. Mike would go on to Keem's Drama Alert show and clarifies that Cody actually clogged the toilet. So assuming by Mike's own stupid nostalgic critic sketch word that Cody was excluded from a Disneyland vacation, it was all because he clogged a toilet. Yeah, never mind that that's also a perfect learning opportunity. Like, if you're gonna live on your own, and that's definitely something you should learn how to do.
This is a wrench!
Assuming there's no greater plumbing issue, that's a pretty easy thing to instruct.
I'm gonna need some help.
All Cody did, by Mike's own logic, was clog a toilet, which his fat fucking ass probably does too. So by Mike's own logic, Cody clogged a toilet enough to get poop all over the wall.
It's just a prank, bruh!
But Mike fails to disprove the possibility of something involving mental illness. Mental illness seemingly incited by child abuse. Perhaps Cody putting poop on the wall actually happened and was not filmed because that would be confirmation of the mental consequences of his father's job. His actions catching up to him. And even if there was no actual piss or shit or snot involved in the gross out pranks, there was another suggestion of mental illness regardless of fraudulence. On Drama Alert, Mike was also questioned about his claims of Child Protective Services investigations.
You said is interviewing the family or investigating the family. Has that case been closed or is it still opened?
No, it's been closed, and that was a while back, and it was for a video that wasn't.
Hasn't even been mentioned.
Yeah, it hasn't even been mentioned in all this.
And it was for all the older videos also, but since then we have changed up everything that they said that we needed to change.
But they interviewed the kids privately, like each one of them, not the kids all together in a group. They interviewed Cody, they interviewed Jake, Ryan, Alex, Emma separately. Some of them at their school, some of them here in our home, in their rooms. They interviewed, people who actually know us, like family members, friends, school people. And, the case was closed because there's nothing to find. Like there was nothing for them to see. And they realized that. And they did say that some of our videos were distasteful, which I can agree. I mean, some of them are. Content's not for everyone. And, even me watching some of it, it's distasteful. I can see how people say that, but it's not abuse.
Keem's large audience would make the channel even more mainstream for all the wrong reasons, more than the Invisible Ink prank controversy could ever do. Shortly after the Keemstar interview, another response from Mike and Heather was released, further clarifying the fraudulent nature of the videos.
What's up, Team Daddyofive? We just did an interview with Drama Alert, Keemstar, and he did a great job with the interview and stuff like that. He did a really great job, but I really feel like more needs to be said. I feel like I owe everyone more of an explanation. In the video, he asked me if the videos were real. I tiptoed around it because I was scared. I was scared. But now I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. The videos are fake.
Which further targets two other detractors. Two of the largest detractors of the channel would be Philip DeFranco and Ethan Klein of H3H3 Productions. They may be controversial names now, but were extremely credible in the YouTube landscape back in the day. Ethan Klein and his recurring podcast collaborator Zach Lewis would release a reaction commentary to the Invisible Ink prank, which also features a sketch of Ethan getting ink all over Zach's Ninja Turtles shirt and subsequent bickering.
Hey dude, come on in, dog.
Yeah, sweet man, sweet. World, dude. What the fuck was that, dude?
It's don't trip, dog. It's just ink. It's.
Dude, this is my Ninja Turtles shirt, man.
Sorry, listen. I was doing a prank because I want to get a lot of views, and it's actually just it's a goof ink. It's fake.
Oh, no way, dude.
It's just fake.
Second, DeFranco would release an investigative commentary, which would subsequently spawn 6 follow-ups within DeFranco's news show. But the question of did Mike and Heather abuse their children was so severe that it would soon afterward catch the attention of ABC's Good Morning America.
Robin and many of us saw these videos and they are disturbing to watch, and we all had the same question after seeing them. What is wrong with these people? Well, they say nothing is wrong with them. Now, they admit to me that, yes, what you see in those videos looks like abuse, but they also say we fell for some Oscar-worthy performances by their kids.
So now even like grandmas who didn't watch YouTube on the regular know you fucked up. If Keemstar is the good guy in the situation, then you know you fucked up. And if you're just like a guy from the internet and you get this level of mainstream media coverage, that's a fucking death sentence. Look, it's gotta be a pretty bad situation to end up on Drama Alert alone. Keemstar will not just cover anything to give him credit. But you know how bad it's gotta be to not end at Drama Alert and Domino to mainstream media? But Keemstar to ABC in like less than a day is like unseen levels of backlash. Shortly after the Good Morning America spotlight, a clarification response was released to the public, claiming that the family was in counseling and this was an actual apology.
We could give them a whole lot more than we could give them before, and we just felt like we were doing the best thing that we could for them. We are now in family counseling because we need it, not only to get through the media stuff, but we need it to come back together and have everybody, even the kids, to understand what we did wrong in all this.
And this would follow with all the videos being privated or deleted. Afterward, Keemstar released another news segment reciting another publication about an alleged police investigation against Mike and Heather.
In the news, Daddyofive, or AKA Nightmare Parents. More information has come out about the Daddyofive situation. Apparently, the police are investigating them. An article came out saying that the Baltimore County Police Department were investigating, but they were having a hard time finding the videos and understanding which counties that these crimes took place in. Alleged crimes. Now, the reason why they're having a hard time finding the videos is because Daddyofive privated all their videos. But Philip DeFranco saw this article and responded on Twitter by saying this. I read that the Baltimore police were having a hard time finding evidence in the Daddyofive Mike Martin situation because the videos are now private. That's when Philip DeFranco's wife, Liz, responded with this. If only there were a way to pull all the videos people have archived on a hard drive and send it to them. Busted! Yeah, a lot of people have downloaded the whole archive of every Daddyofive video, so I'm sure the Baltimore police will get a screening very soon.
This differing from the previous Child Protective Services investigation, which was claimed to be closed prior in their response to the haters. And with a relaunch of Child Protective Services investigations as inferable by future events, Sue Rose Hall, Cody and Emma's biological mother, would issue an emergency custody order, creating an additional legal battle. It is not known how active a role Hall played in Emma's and Cody's life prior, which is a good thing because it highlights the massive discrepancy in willingness to be private on the internet between parents. The only confirmed history of separation regarding Emma and Cody is that Sue Rose Hall lost custody of Cody in 2014 and Emma in 2015. according to her own testimony to People.com. Hall would speak to the mainstream media about the invisible ink prank controversy, and in response to this coverage, Mike would claim he was being savagely attacked by the media.
So a video has come to my attention. Skeletons from our past. And I just want to get this out of the way real quick.
That's what they wanted.
This is what people want. They want to hurt us.
What people want.
We're being savagely attacked, but I'm going to tell you all this right now. Since, we got to come clean about everything in our personal life. We get no type of privacy.
Mike would also begin to complain about the lack of privacy in public despite actively capitalizing on the lack of rights to privacy he gives to his children.
It was common sense. We don't talk about being a blended family because we don't see ourselves as a blended family. I, myself, grew up in a blended family, We had... My family is devastated right now. So right now, the kid's biological mother
I am these kids' mother.
Is posting...
I don't care what they say. They don't know. They don't know.
They don't know.
They don't know.
But they're posting a video on YouTube and they're talking about how we lied and everything like that. And if you listen to this girl, you could tell she's bullshit. She's 110%
They won't
bullshit.
tell she's bullshit, though. That's the thing. They won't.
They won't because they don't know. And the only reason they...
And Mike would confirm that Sue Rose Hall is Emma and Cody's mother, which was a debatable piece of information prior, but now both parties were clarifying Hall's biological motherhood outside of court and to the internet.
Fuck it. Alright, listen.
Hey guys, it's your humble host, The Chambers of My Heart. I'm back with
I'm playing the video now.
having to do with Daddy-O.
Here, Mike also cites an interview with Hall conducted by a social commentary YouTuber, The Chambers of My Heart, which currently sits close to 8K subscribers today, but this way smaller channel managed to get in contact with Hall.
Hey guys, it's your humble host, The Chambers of My Heart. I'm back with another video having to do with Daddyofive and Mommyo5. I have someone very special to me, two someones actually. After this incident broke out on YouTube and on the digital news, because this is freaking everywhere, I actually have Emma's and Cody's real mom with me today. She wants to bring to light some of the stuff, and she's been trying to reach out to the bigger YouTubers, and I've even tweeted some stuff out. I haven't gotten a response back, but the more that we can get this story out there, the better, and just put pressure on what is going on, because Mike's apology isn't enough. Their YouTube channels need to be shut down. With that being said, take it away, Rose. Hello? It's okay. Take your time. No, it's okay. Take your time.
I'm the aunt. I'll take over because she's kind of nervous right this minute.
That's fine.
The contents of the Chambers of My Heart interview angered Mike deeply more than Good Morning America, despite the considerably smaller media audience. And during the height of escalating controversies, Chambers would release compilation pieces regarding the possibility of abuse, cutting to the chase of what moments throughout channel history were considered abusive, as well as some additional commentary pieces regarding whatever was relevant throughout the history of controversy. Chambers would also archive a handful of court documents and a select handful of videos, and even hosted a Discord server for history investigation that has since been deleted. And of course, it has to cut to Cody in another potentially staged scene in Heather's arms, claiming that Rose is the real child abuser.
There's parts in the video where she says they're famous.
Later, Cody also claims that Rose's new boyfriend also threw a trash can at his head.
My boyfriend threw a trash can at my head and it broke. That's child abuse. They're the child abusers.
Us playing around with our kids and having a good time. is child abuse, and you caused all this nonsense because we posted a video of us goofing off with our kids on the internet when you didn't know us, like I said 100 times.
My parents never hurt me.
Cody is noticeably less red than the invisible ink prank, and we've seen enough times how he appears when he is severely distressed. The amount of distressed body language we can reference of Cody was why he was speculated to have a behavioral disorder of some sort if Mike didn't confirm it himself at some point. And if you've seen enough of Cody's reactions, then the difference to his response to Hall's interview and Cody's reactions to pranks is night and day. You don't have to be a body language psychologist to see how fraudulent the counter response is. Cody also claims that Rose killed a dog, and is only claimed when asked.
It's not fair.
What did she do to your dogs?
She hit them.
What did she do to you, Cody?
She hit the dogs and one of them died.
I can't.
No, Dad, it's fine.
Are you sure?
And while custody was lost, there's nothing to suggest this was true in the slightest. This potentially could have been exploiting a loophole of the fact that Rose had lost custody of Emma and Cody for undisclosed reason. An additional video of Emma saying that she's frightened by Rose would also surface.
Part of me really hates having to record all this because then it's like you gotta tell the world all your dirt. Like, we gotta tell the world.
I told you I wasn't gonna let nobody take you. Right?
Go play your game.
Nobody's taking you anywhere.
It'll be okay.
And we've got lawyers and everything already in place for if she tries, she will not win. You understand me? When I told you, when I took you back there, didn't I tell you that we had to take you back there that time? And didn't I tell you that we would be back as soon as we could? Didn't we show up as soon as we could? You won't go back there again. Go play until the therapist gets here.
And in the same video, Cody claims he doesn't want to live with her.
You guys are not child
Okay?
abusers.
We want to show actions speak louder than words. We can say all day long that we don't abuse you guys. We have to show the world that we have changed and we are different.
We have changed.
Okay?
We don't need to change.
Let's calm down. Get ourselves together.
Abusive parent. But we don't need to change. I mean, right when I heard that.
Is that what you are afraid of? Sit down next to Cody so I can hear you. Are you?
I'm afraid of losing my family and losing everything.
You guys are never going to lose us because we're going to fight for you no matter what. Okay?
I shouldn't have to tell anybody my feelings. I used to really only care about my family, and that would be like the only feeling that I would normally have. My family.
Emma, you're not going anywhere, bud.
I'm kind of going to a lot. Just off.
And shortly after the outrage from the press, the legal battle began.
Many use the hashtag Help Cody and Emma. Now, law enforcement is stepping in. Cody and his 11-year-old sister Emma were both removed from the home and at least temporarily placed with their biological mother, Rose Hall.
Emma and Cody are with me. I have emergency custody.
Child Protective Services and the Frederick County Sheriff's Office are investigating the Martin household, but declined to comment to ABC.
A lot of times abuse takes place behind closed doors.
Go and take the camera with you. No!
It's this uber documentation and videoing of what's been going on that's so different.
I just saw your new video and wow. The other stuff I could write off, the boys beating each other up. I mean, that just seems like typical growing up with brothers type stuff. And I know people won't understand that because everyone was raised differently. But when I saw the clip today where the dad was having them do the bottle flip, and if you didn't flip the bottle, you got slapped in the face, and the brother slapped the girl, you can't justify that no matter what. You can't justify it. I believe that a lot of their videos are exaggerated I believe that a lot of their videos are fake. But that slap was not fake. I've said since the beginning, I don't believe that any of these videos should be on YouTube, real or fake. And I do think that maybe you should have reached out to them and talked to them before you made these videos. But whatever, that's like a side note. The point is that these people are fucked. And like I knew they were fucked in the beginning to even make those type of videos, real or fake. But the fact that a parent would say to themselves, it's okay for me to film my son slap my daughter and put it up in the internet where she's crying. I owe you an apology, Philip. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I gave that any defense whatsoever. You're right. You're right. Dude, after I saw that clip today, like, those parents need to be in jail. They need to be in jail. They just point blank need to be in jail. What I witnessed in that bottle flip clip can't be justified at all. That's abuse. That's child abuse. He's like, we're basically looking at Fight Club, you know, where daddy's filming little Fight Club between the kids and putting it up for views. Like I said, the clips I saw before, maybe they're fake, maybe they're exaggerated, but this slap to that little girl's face is not fake. As more and more information comes out, you know, I've changed my mind many different times. And after seeing that clip, I'm not changing my mind again. I can't give any defense. Those kids need to be taken away from their parents.
If Keemstar is the good guy in the situation, then you know you fucked up. Mike and Heather would shortly lose custody of Emma and Cody. There was no strong case in their defense. It was over as soon as it began for legal warfare standards. Shortly after, Emma and Cody would be escorted from Mike and Heather's household, and the duo felt the need to document the reaction in the household. Presumably as a channel update / shock value exploitation. And assuming the original upload was monetized, it was also probably an attempt to cash in on tragedy, considering this wasn't the end of their monetary incentives, as we'll see. Like, you can't make this shit up. He felt the need to capitalize on his failed role as a parent in the eyes of the law. Throughout the vlog, a very distressed Heather screams at a printer as she fails to print out a document described as necessary for a courtroom.
Where?
Mike appears nervous but keeps together enough despite the lost custody of his children. He doesn't seem too concerned over future legal action, but Heather is hysterical. The tables have completely turned. Heather's the one crying like a bitch now, but the camera remained on.
What's wrong? Where?
The police came and they took Emma and Cody.
Where are they taking them?
To Rose.
They can't do that.
They doing it.
They're doing it.
Hello? They took Emma and Cody.
They can't do that.
The police came.
Stop it! Focus on what we're doing. Get off the phone.
Hey, I gotta get off here and focus. We're trying to get to the courthouse as fast as possible.
Only Jake's reaction is present audibly, but Mike claims the authorities used the injury in the tablet destruction prank against him.
I can't.
I know you can't.
I can't go.
Is there anything I can help with?
No, I gotta get it printed. Where'd they take them from?
They're going and picking them up from school, and they're taking them straight to Rose.
They're not allowed to do that.
They are doing it.
How can they
legally do
that?
A judge signed off on it.
How can they legally do that?
A judge signed off on it.
Which judge?
Emergency custody, because they say I threw Cody into the bookshelf multiple times. I gave Cody a bloody nose. They said I beat Emma with a belt.
Please work, printer, work.
What? What?
I just want to play the Cody now. But Emma don't care, but Cody does. And I just want him to come back. I want both to come back. So they can be in a better environment. Instead of with her.
Come here, you. Come here.
I don't want it. I'm sorry.
You're okay. You don't got nothing to be sorry about. You don't need to be sorry for nothing, you hear me?
I just want them to I just want them to come back.
I want them to come back too, bud.
Sorry, I just can have so much to be entertained and play with.
The fact that this was even filmed, and the fact that only 2 children were legally taken away via motherhood custody loophole is absurd. But with the Child Protective Services investigation results, that still left the police investigation open. And on September 11th, 2017, Mike and Heather were both sentenced to 5 years probation each for child neglect. The maximum prison sentence they could have received in regard to state law would have been 5 years and a $5,000 fine, but prison potential was surprisingly suspended. So Mike and Heather weren't in prison, but Mike still needed to do his job. But for some reason, he still had 3 of his kids, despite Alex being subject to the most violence behind Cody. So a new and hardly documented channel was created with the rebrand Family05, which I guess is still technically true, although it's now 3 children and 2 parents. Heather also began her own barely documented channel, Mommy05. Now, usually second channels are used for any other type of video that don't correspond with the main bread and butter. Like, the gaming channel was a second channel. But what did Heather as the focus bring to the table that Mike couldn't do? So Mommy05, despite also starring a controversial figure, was significantly less controversial due to the public lack of its knowledge. And not much stuff from the probation era has survived. I guess no one was really interested in documenting the controversy since they thought it was over. But Mommy05 for a moment technically rised from the ashes. But on July 18th, 2018, close to a whole year of the probation era, the Family05 and Mommy05 channels were finally terminated. Allegedly, the channels weren't terminated because of the child neglect crimes of the hosts, but because it was in violation of new policies enforced by state child labor law. But regardless if it was the fault of YouTube community guidelines or state law, a rare YouTube W. But Mike still needed a job. So Family05 continued to put videos behind a paywall since the videos needed to be monetized, but he wasn't allowed on a platform with ad revenue opportunities. Jake, Ryan, and Alex, being integral to their father's job, decided to follow in his footsteps with a new trio channel called The Martin Boys, which was later rebranded to The Martin Family. You know, people wanted to see Mike and Heather's kids, even if it was their emotional reactions. But regardless, they thought, who said the brand couldn't be focused with their own content? 3 of the boys are older now, why can't we run the show? Well, that didn't matter because the Martin Family / Martin Boys channel was short-lived and even less archived than Mommy05. It was over before it began, likely out of fear of violating child labor law, since I do not believe the trio of the Martin Boys were all over the age of 18 during the short-lived project. Maybe one of them was, but probably not all. So after yet another failed YouTube comeback, Mike would begin releasing rap songs on SoundCloud in 2019 under the stage name Mikey M. Although his original account has since been deleted. Was it suspended because of this guy's background? I don't know, but regardless, it was taken down. So, even after starting a music career in his late 30s didn't work, who could have guessed, the team just fell into further obscurity, with the exception of Jake, who started releasing music in 2021 under the name Baby Don, and was willing to admit that he was in fact one of the sons of Daddyofive. A name that lives in infamy. And I can't say that his extensive documentation of an abusive household didn't boost his street cred. Baby Don is what I'd like to call a Kramer music artist. I'm not referring to Seinfeld, I'm referring to this punk-ass kid in my 9th grade programming class. He didn't do anything, and I mean like anything, the whole semester, and would just watch like Juice WRLD music videos the whole period. And Baby Don is everything wrong with 2020s and late 2010s rap music, or as I like to call it, post-Watch the Throne rap music. Lots of screaming, incomprehensible mixing, over-relying on trap beats, not creating varieties and compositions, overly relying on pitch correction, pointless vocal effects, incomprehensible line deliveries, exaggerative voices. But Baby Don was actually able to gain somewhat of a following, and his Baby Don brand is somewhat overshadowed by his Jake from Daddyofive status. But who knows, maybe his fan base only discovered him from his Daddyofive cast member status. If you love like that Juice WRLD and XXXTentacion and Tekashi 69, like that entire genre of bad rap music, then give Jake's album a listen. Baby Don would release his first album in 2021, and a year later in 2022, Mikey M, now under the alias Mike Martin, would release his first proper album. It's like some emo acoustic albums, but it's also some like 40-year-old white trash dad. I thought he was gonna be some like bad Christian rapper just by the covers, but while religion is thematically relevant, it's like fucking screamo shit, but with like occasional religious references. Like, he wants to be like Limp Bizkit, but also like 2000s edgy instead of 90s edgy like Limp Bizkit. But Mike clearly only genre bends out of mischaracterized influences. I guess he's also trying to do like a little Bone Thugs and Harmony, where both singing and rapping from the same people is commonly incorporated simultaneously and frequently as possible. But he's not even like singing, but he's not like talking either. There's just no punctuation of any kind in his vocal performances. And it's not like Gil Scott-Heron, where he's like a rhythm poet and not technically rapping by the modern definition, but you know, he's not technically singing either. Mike will like raise his voice on occasion, and we all know how he likes to raise his voice. As a recording artist, Mike is not as obnoxious as his son, but he's far more clueless.
With her lips beyond.
Shut up, Jake. Like, even when trying to be stylistically diverse, lines have to be drawn for distinct directions. There's no vision for anything in Mike's work. He's just kind of doing whatever, and it's not even creative experimentation. Mike Martin is only a rapper because he got banned from being a YouTuber. Baby Don is an atrocious rapper, but he at least has a vision. He at least has a respective love for his game. He wants to be an annoying fuckboy wigger rapper. On Spotify, Mike's most streamed song has less than 5,000 streams, while Baby Don's most streamed has about 200,000. There is something for somebody in Baby Don, but there is nothing for anyone in Mike Martin. I thought Nostalgia Critic's The Wall was the worst YouTuber album, but any Mike Martin project, without exaggeration, is a solid contender for worst album ever made. It's too Republican for Democrats, but it's also too Democrat for Republicans. It appeases nobody. It's smack dab in the middle of everything, and it takes no creative direction. He is the Warren G. Harding of musicians, but he treats himself like Warren G. Look at the Lord Heal My Soul single cover compared to the Bleed Out single cover. These two songs released under a month of each other. So is this discography for like grandma or theater kids? Like, you have to have a demographic. Not that you can't make bleaker or edgier religious music, like Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, I think, excels at being bleak with religious themes, but not explicitly being a Christian band. But Nick Cave doesn't try to be Limp Bizkit and Mavis Staples simultaneously whenever convenient. Nick Cave might have an alternative edge in spite of use of Christianity. So yeah, for his genre, religion might be a little unorthodox of a theme, but that unorthodox nature has an identity. Mike Martin's unorthodox rock and roll emo country Christian rap songs have no sound design distinctions whatsoever. I'm not saying you can't be a theater kid and a hillbilly, but you have to have a distinct direction to blend the two.
Hey, you don't even know anything about Christianity. I know enough to exploit it.
Do you like a smoothie with any random bullshit into it? No, it has to be a select combination of fruits. Mike has no fucking vision for anything. There is not a single redeeming quality in any of his music I have ever heard. Probably because it started in his late 30s and he didn't give a single shit. I guess Mike just thought he was like a fucking Disney Channel pop star trying to start a music career. But the flaw in Mike's plan was that the kids that watched him back in the day are adults now, and they were never watching for you. They were watching for the kids you were abusing. Mike is just desperately forcing himself to be creative through music in an attempt to have the spotlight back and capitalize on the what the fuck happened to that guy aspect of his life. On the YouTube side, his music is allowed on the website via YouTube music auto-generation from the Martin LLC. He at least has his own limited liability company, that's why he ditched being a SoundCloud rapper. So he is technically allowed on YouTube still, only through LLC official music distribution loopholes. YouTube has never taken issue with his LLC, either they don't know or they don't care, and there is no harmful content involving minors present. They're just, after all, they're just incomprehensible mishmash songs. But I'm sure if YouTube wanted to, they could directly ban the Martin LLC and nobody would care. Because again, any Mike Martin project is a solid contender for worst album ever made. Part of me thinks he tried to leech off his son's somewhat bare minimum success since their commercial non-SoundCloud debuts were a year apart. But even if Baby Don might have somewhat of a cult following, he's not very exploitable statistically. As of writing, Mike Martin and Baby Don have appeared on 5 of each other's commercially released songs. The songs are just Jake's 2020s garbage mixed with Mike's whatever and vice versa. Now, why in the ass does this incomprehensible trap song need a feature from the Christian Limp Bizkit My Chemical Romance guy? Look, I am all for unorthodox collaborations. Those can be really stellar when the experiment pays off. And Mike Martin and Baby Don might be a father and son duo, but they have no chemistry as a reoccurring duo. Baby Don has a ton of other features with other lesser-known Kramer musicians, but I can at least say they blend together. They work together under their rap niche. But Mike Martin has no chemistry with anybody because he has no ground to cover. But because he was Daddyofive at a point, he still can continue to get published, commercially released projects off the ground. I bet he makes like 2 nickels a month off these, and those 2 nickels a month are from, wait, what the fuck happened to Daddyofive? But I could have never predicted how bad his music was. But Baby Don was successful enough in the Kramer music industry that he got the attention of Dr. Phil. And he would speak in defense of his father's actions on television.
Thanks for being here. Of course. Now, you say that outrage grew over these videos, but that these videos were skits, right?
Yes, sir. A lot of them were improvised, but the majority of them were scripted, yes.
Yeah. But it looks like a lot of the emotions that came out were pretty genuine.
I think some of the emotions could have been getting so far into improvising the videos, honestly, because it's happened to me. And when you're filming a 40-minute to hour-long video and it's a bunch of siblings, I definitely think things would get hectic sometimes.
Rumors spread like wildfire, but this one ain't bullshit. I know that you two are having a gay relationship.
But literally, weeks after I started writing this, by some fucking coincidence, Daddyofive was back. Kinda. On June 23rd, 2025, a reunion video featuring Mike, Heather, and all 5 children, including Emma and Cody, was posted to the family's relatives' new public social media, meaning that the custody laws were most likely invalid by the summer of 25. Look, I'm no legal expert, but it's likely that Cody never issued a restraining order against his father and stepmother-in-law, so now that all 5 children were legal adults, they could be on camera again, except this wasn't much of a proper comeback for the Daddyofive brand. Mike claims that the beef was squashed in an attempt to reform his public image. And hey, maybe it has, but it appears more like a PR stunt for Mike Martin's failing music career.
What's up, everybody? So,
come here, boys. Get in here. Get in here. Get in here.
Oh, you know what? Come here.
Come on, Cody and Emma.
Hi. Come here, Rose. Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on, get in here. Come on. Down here. Mom's in the front.
We just want you all to know.
Cody's got something to say. Leave us alone.
It's all done. It's squashed. Everybody's good.
There might be kids watching. Just tell her how you feel. Fuck off. Don't sound like that.
It's all done. It's
So, like he just said, fuck off.
Yeah.
Please. There you go. There you go.
It actually reminds me of Fred Vigglehorn's actor Lucas Cruikshank attempting to capitalize on the what the fuck happened to him part of his life. Although in Lucas's case, it is quite as simple as he walked away from the character. But on June 10th, 2025, Baby Don and Cody would reunite for a 5-minute vlog of screwing around at a crowded indoor trampoline park. So what, is Cody gonna be a rapper too? I mean, like, everyone wants to know what the fuck happened to Cody. He was the main character more than Mike and Jake ever was. And on July 2nd, 2025, Baby Don would release a vlog entitled, Is Daddyofive Gone Forever? Here, Jake discusses plans to restart a proper vlogging career, but not one adjacent to a Daddyofive comeback now that the entire family is legally allowed to be on camera again with each other. Yeah, surely you could get ChatGPT to make the image transparent? You know, it's fun to joke that, like, an odd part of your childhood was, like, an unpleasant memory or something, but this right here, like, the fact that I actually contributed to monetize child abuse by giggling at someone probably roughly my age at the time is a little concerning, you know. It's fun to say, like, oh, Judy Moody in the Not Bummer Summer, like some stupid, obscure movie is an unpleasant childhood memory or something, but, no, this is probably my genuine most unpleasant childhood media memory. Like, the fact you just watched this, you contributed to this, like, this is like 0.000.1 my fault in a way, like, I helped them. You can't not feel bad if you're nostalgic for it. It's not a channel I was, like, obsessed with for, like, 5 years, like a Ray William Johnson or Super Mario Logan or Smosh or Tobuscus or Annoying Orange or all those people. But I just can't believe I used to watch this. Yeah, I kind of got bored, like, after, like, a couple months, and by the time they were relevant in the mainstream media, I was done with them, but still, like, just get unpleasant memory, plain and simple. Like, I can't believe I fucking agreed to this. What the fuck?
It's so hardcore. You gotta check this out.
Is this gonna make me sick, though?
Just roll the tape.
Our fragile minds are vulnerable to extreme or horrific experiences. What you are about to see is so extreme and horrific, your sheltered mind may collapse into insanity. The following clip